I bet you guys are wondering what has overall contributed to my weight loss, what has gotten me down to the 10-pound mark in 7 months. So we're gonna talk about each one. To start, I do wanna do a disclaimer. This is not to say that you have to look a certain way, you have to lose weight or anything like that. This is just what my personal goals were for 2019. As well as a disclaimer, I do want to give a quick kind of trigger warning. I will talk about body dysmorphia. If you are triggered by any of that, it's okay to stop watching. I just wanted to make that very clear for you guys. I love you guys and I hope you guys stay safe with your journey and whatnot. But if you would like to keep watching, please do stay. I have 5 things that I think contributed, and that is consistency, dedication, forgiveness, balance, and then rest and breaks. So with consistency, I wholeheartedly believe if you are working a 9-to-5 job, meal prepping, not only because it helps you with fitness goals and whatnot, but it saves you money, it saves you time. I will always meal prep. I feel like even if I'm not working a 9-to-5, I will meal prep. It's just so easy to do. Block out like 2 hours of your night on a Sunday and just meal prep your food for the week so you don't have to waste time during the week and you can be as efficient as possible. So I think finding those meals that fit within my macro plan is what helped me. I was really eating, like for breakfast, I'd have a smoothie, piece of toast. Lunch was like chicken, sweet potato, broccoli. Dinner was like a zucchini noodle bowl. So I would do zucchini noodles, ground turkey, bell pepper, mushrooms, and chickpea pasta in there. Once I found those meals and I actually like enjoyed them, that's what I did. I just stuck with those meals. If I got sick with them, I'd swap it out for something similar. I think that once you find those meals, you should just stick with them because that way you're not having to reinvent the wheel every single week when you're trying to figure out what to meal prep. Find what you like. I know some people can get really bored with meals, but that's just like, I just did it because I was like, this is just easy. This hits my macros. This is what I need to be doing. Now, Vivian helped me out with like a meal plan because I'm trying to go vegan vegetarian. So she gave me some meal ideas for that. And so I've just been testing things out. I basically have swapped out the ground turkey for like tofu. I'm slowly figuring those things out. And if you guys want to know more about macros, I will link a resource down below that really helped me. And I will talk about a lesson that I learned when counting my macros. So hold on to that thought. Dedication really is like an overall theme. I just like felt like so dedicated to what I needed to do. Having Vivian as like an accountability person is exactly what I needed to push me. I worked out on days when I didn't feel like it. Even if I didn't feel like working out, I went to like my apartment gym and just like sat on the bike and still did something. I went for like a walk around my apartment. I still tried to do something on the days that I didn't want to. I wrote in a journal and tried to work on some stuff to get through some blockages in my head as to why I wasn't wanting to stick to my macro plan or like whatever it may be. I just stayed dedicated and I just stayed doing it. Even when I come back from festivals, I used to come back from festivals and then that whole week I would just take off my diet, I would take off fitness, I would take off going to the gym, and that did not help at all. So now even if I can't make it to the gym, I'm still sticking to my macros because they say that your fitness goals are 80% diet, 20% gym or working out or whatever. I've just really tried to stay dedicated. I've tried to do things to keep me motivated. I think it's really important that you're dedicated and you're serious about the goals that you set for yourself, and writing those goals down and having someone keep me accountable is so important. Even if it wasn't my trainer, like Ryan has kept me accountable. He has been such a trooper. He's been trying to also like slim down a little bit, even though he's like really fit, but whatever. He has his own fitness goals and he's been really trying to help me too. So like when we are eating together, he's like, okay, well, what macros do you have to work with? So that accountability has just been so huge. If you're able to find someone, whether it's a best friend, your parents, a coworker, significant other, whatever it may be, if they're able to help you on that fitness journey, that has just been like so clutch for me and has kept me motivated for sure. Forgiveness. This goes on to like my whole bigger story of my fitness journey. I forgave myself for the stuff that happened in college that led me down this path to where I am today. That was like my big breakthrough moment. I think that I was like, I need to stop punishing myself for that, for what happened in college. I need to stop punishing myself for it. And this is where we're at. This is what the body we have now, and we need to take care of it. We need to stop punishing ourselves for what happened, you know, or else I'm just gonna stay in the same spot. And once I had that breakthrough, I don't even know if something just clicked in me and I just like went full throttle. I was like, we're done. We're getting out of this funk, whatever. We're done punishing ourselves for stuff that happened 3-4 years ago. Like, I think that's when I knew, like, this has been going on for so long and I'm tired and I just want to like keep going, you know? So that really helped. And then also just forgiving myself like for slip ups. I think it's so important to just like go easy on yourself. Like, yes, you might dip into some hot Cheetos when you shouldn't be. Yes, you might have a slice of pizza at Electric Forest because it's Electric Forest. Yes, you might have some Sour Patch watermelons when you shouldn't, but it's all okay. It's all a learning process. I really found that my body does not react well to cheese. But when we have like our Wednesday girl dinners and someone brings the blueberry cheese log from Trader Joe's, if you know, you know, I can't stop myself. Like, I had to learn how to forgive myself for those things. Those things are just gonna happen. Wake up the next day, go to the gym, stay on your macro plan and try again. You just have to keep on trying. Don't just give up. If you have like a cheat, don't just like throw the whole day away. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. We all have cravings. We all have those needs that need to be satisfied. Balance. So I think this kind of all ties together, is just finding a balance. So finding a balance between the days I want to work out versus not working out, finding a balance between having a social life and working out, having this macro plan and a social life, finding a balance between treating myself every now and then, going to festivals and having a fitness journey. I think I'm gonna do a whole video on like that, how to stick with your goals, your fitness goals, while going to festivals. I think that's another video that's going to be coming up. Let me know if you guys want to see it. I think just finding a balance of it all. Like, you just need to figure out what's going to work for you, basically. And then rest and breaks. Oh my goodness. Your body needs rest. My body needs rest. Electric Forest, I took a week off basically counting macros, and I didn't track my macros. Didn't work out at Electric Forest. Same thing with Lollapalooza. You need those breaks. I was going so long counting macros. It gets so hard, and I'll talk about what was hard about all of this. Just having to meticulously track everything I eat gets really exhausting. Having those breaks honestly saved me, because like it gets so hard doing it day in and day out. And so having those breaks is super important. Take your rest days. Rest days are just so important for your muscles to heal. Saturday and Sundays are my rest days, unless my rest days end up being like a Sunday, Monday. But yeah, those 2 days are normally my rest days. I always take rest days because my body will need it half the time. Some lessons that I've learned that I'll just kind of run through really quick because this video is already getting really long. I learned that the reason why I wasn't losing much weight is because I was tracking my activity in MyFitnessPal. So I was taking whatever my Fitbit was saying that I lost calories for the day. Then I would input that into MyFitnessPal, and then I'd be like, oh, then you can eat this much more, which isn't how macros work, because those activity trackers aren't the best readings of like actually how many calories you burn. So I was basically like, I wasn't eating in a calorie deficit. I was eating probably like what I should be eating to maintain the weight I had. So once I learned that, I dropped so much weight like that. I think having a personal trainer that you like actually talk to versus like someone you pay online that you really don't even talk to, they just email you your macros, it's a whole lot different. I compared the macros that I got from an online trainer who I didn't know. I just paid for her macros consultation. I'm not gonna name names. And her macros compared to Vivian's macros were night and day. Like, I was eating so much more and I was basically maintaining the weight. I didn't lose any weight with her macros. With Vivian's, I was in a calorie deficit, losing weight. We've been good. When people ask me like where to get macro consultations from, look maybe at a dietitian, a personal trainer, something like that. You can talk to and tell them about like your history, stuff like that. Because I didn't talk to that other girl, so she didn't really like know me or anything like that. So she just kind of looked at my numbers and then calculated something based on those numbers. Like I talked about with forgiveness, one meal or one food is not going to mess up your progress. There were times where Ryan and I would get a Crunchwrap Supreme, like last night. We were so hungry, so we got a Crunchwrap Supreme. And this morning, I still weighed the same. I think when you have those things happen, it's not going to mess up your progress. You just learn from it and you keep going. Another thing that was really hard, Vivian was having me weigh every single day. And a lot of you guys might hate the scale. A lot of you guys might say, don't listen to the scale, things like that. I was a very anti-scale person, I think, because I was always scared what that number was going to say. Now, because I've learned more about like body weight and whatnot, I'm fine weighing in every day. It was really hard at some points because I wasn't seeing any progress and it was just making me feel more shitty about myself. But now I understand that when your body weight is fluctuating because you're working out and stuff, there are so many things that can impact your body weight, like how much water you're putting on, your period, bloating, stuff like that. And it was crazy to me that like, this is when I learned that like my body does not like cheese, because I would have cheese, the next day I would be backed up, constipated, bloated for like 2 days. And then the third day after that, I would drop so much weight. My digestive system was stressed out. It's really hard to weigh yourself consistently, but you can start to learn those patterns that go on. So I always account for those kinds of things. You do not have to weigh yourself every day. That is just what Vivian is having me do. And it really helps her as a trainer to properly give me the macros that I need. I also learned that solidifying a nighttime and morning routine is super important for your fitness journey, for your life, for like literally anything, your productivity. I've been really trying to nail down my morning routine and nighttime routine. Another video, if you guys want to see that, please do let me know. Nighttime routine, because if I don't get a good night's sleep, then I can't wake up early enough to go to the gym and start my morning routine. So that all kind of works together. So that's kind of all of the stuff I've learned, where we're at, all that stuff. And I know I make it sound like it was so easy to do. I'm going to talk about the hard stuff. This was not easy, I will say. Like, this was not easy at all. Going on a fitness journey, you really have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with your trainer. You have to call yourself out on your bullshit. You have to really figure out why you're doing this. Are you doing this to look good? Are you doing this so you can live an extra 20 years? What is your why for doing this? And you really need to stick to that why and have that why solidified. So when you have the harder days, you have that to look back on. But I will say, like I said earlier, it gets tiring. It gets exhausting having to constantly account for your macros. And like my macros are different from Ryan's macros. He can obviously eat a lot more because he's a boy. And so sometimes I'd get frustrated because he can have like carbs and like I can't have as many carbs, and it's sad. You just have to stick with it. And it's so hard. Like, oh my God, there are so many times where I just wanted to quit, go down to the vending machine downstairs and just binge, you know. Weighing myself every day was hard at the start because I think I had to get over that number. And then another really hard thing, I don't really know what to call this. I don't know if it's body dysmorphia. I don't know. Seeing the photos and videos of myself from last year, from in college, seeing that person, I'm gonna say a person because it just looks like a whole different Adrianna. It looks like a whole other person. It's really mind-boggling in a way for me. It really trips me out, honestly, because it's like, whoa, I really looked like that. But I'm not saying it in like a super bad way, because I feel like I still liked who I was. Like, I was still on a fitness journey, but it wasn't because out of like hate or spite, I guess. And I still liked myself as a person. So it's weird to see myself and I was like, whoa, like I really looked like that. Not saying it was a bad thing. It's just like my cheeks were chubbier, like arms were way bigger, stomach was bigger. It's just weird to see yourself go through a transformation like this in a year and to think like you've been holding yourself back from this, because I've been doing this since 2015, and to now see results in year 4 basically it's crazy, and it's hard seeing those photos of yourself. I've just had to keep reminding myself that I still loved myself at the end of the day then, and I still love myself now. I still like those photos, and I still think I looked great then. It was just like, now it's just more of like I'm more toned, I guess you would say. But it's definitely, it trips me out every now and then, seeing some of those memories and like looking back, and I'm like, whoa, it feels like a whole other person. It's weird. And then some other things, staying motivated was hard. It's hard to keep going, but I just felt like I had to keep going because I had my watch. I have Vivian to keep me accountable, and I have to keep going, you know? But yeah, those are kind of the hard stuff that people really don't talk about, I feel like, with the fitness journey. I hope it was helpful for some of you guys. That is basically it. This is where we're at. So where do we go from here? I'm just gonna keep working with Vivian, kind of see where else I can take my body. I feel strong, I feel healthy, I feel happy. I'm happy with everything that's been happening. And yeah, I guess we just kind of see where else we can take this journey, see what else we can do. I'm not really sure how much more weight I'm going to lose. I think at a certain point it'll stop, and then I'll start gaining muscle a little bit more. So we'll just kind of see. I'm kind of just putting this into Vivian's hands and seeing where she can take me to my next fitness level, basically. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please do let me know any videos you would like to see about this. It's been really awesome to talk about it, and I feel really proud of myself, and I feel like really happy that I could share this with you guys. If you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.